Hello, and thank you so much for being here, Fahad. We're so excited to have you on the 1CX podcast. You are currently Chief Operating Officer at Repair Desk, but I think what is truly remarkable about your story is the fact that you have had a long career and a lot of experience starting out in customer experience. You started in customer experience at Zong, I believe, and then you progressed on to other roles in building customer experience, scaling experience across different companies. And now you're leading as a Chief Operating Officer at Repair Desk, which is truly a unique path. And I know that it will inspire a lot of our listeners who are currently in these roles today. So, today our conversation will mostly be about, firstly, your path from customer success to Chief Operating Officer. This is something we don't really see a lot. And then we'll go into actually building operational frameworks and systems that are needed for the right customer experience teams, not just in theory, but also in practice, because you've been on both sides of the coin. So we'll start off with you. Tell us about yourself and tell us about your journey in this space.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Maya, for having me. I'm really excited to be here. So I'll start off from Zong, like you mentioned. So I was at their contact center, helping customers solve their day-to-day problems, and then I moved to a BPO where I was taking about 100 calls a day and generating mortgage leads there. Over there, my communication skills polished a lot and gained a lot of confidence speaking to customers outside of Pakistan. So then I moved to a business development role where I was helping federal, state, and local institutes in the US meeting their IT solution needs. Then took a shift and moved to Motive, formerly known as Truckin. I joined back in 2016 as their like it's interesting that I was their first customer support representative on the phones. And a few months after, I was also the first account manager in their customer success domain. Historically, it was known as account manager. Then we converted into customer success. So spent some time there, understanding the customers, their needs, the direction the business was going, and then scaled. Actually, built a customer success function from ground up. The team, the systems, the tools, and like really defined each step of the customer lifecycle, like had function for onboarding, post onboarding, retention, and everything is backed by processes to develop playbooks for that, systems that were had a lot of custom development done in Salesforce to support the teams and create visibility for the higher ups as well. So that's why what I mostly did at Motive. And then 2 years ago, I moved to Repair Desk as head of customer success. Did somewhat similar stuff here. When I joined, there was no CRM here, and it was a small team. Then I scaled the team. Part of my proud moment was also launching the CRM. And in around 1 year, we built it into a very robust machine that is helping
Mm.
our customer success managers day to day. So it's very powerful right now and gives us a lot of insights as a leadership team and also to the customer success managers on every day. They have a full 360 view of how their customers are behaving and interacting with the product. Yeah, that's what have mostly done, and then promoted to chief operating officer based on similar stuff that I did in improving the operation or achieving excellence there. So now, yeah, here I am looking at a few more domains than just customer success, doing somewhat similar stuff where I'm improving the overall operation, making sure that everything is running smooth, and we have tools to support each of the operations. So, yeah.
Awesome. What an amazing journey. Can you tell us about some pivotal moments or decisions that have actually helped you in getting to this progression from like leading customer success to actually leading a whole operations team?
It was mostly natural, I would say, or very
Yeah.
organic. So when I joined Repair Desk, a lot of the stuff that I did was in the systems. So basically, building out processes for the team, defining the entire life cycle of the customer, every stage of it, and really was in the weeds of what every milestone is in the customer's life cycle, and then building the system around it to actually clearly identify what pain points customers have, how our teams can be equipped more to help customers, and not just that. And not just solving an individual customer problem. I very early on realized that the whatever solution that I provide should be at scale, helping thousands of customers and not just like firefighting with a couple of them. So this is what I did, and then also embraced storytelling through numbers. That
Mm.
was something that I was doing at Motive as well. So when we had the basic structure, of the CRM set up, I was able to gain a lot of really meaningful insights that were not there before, and presented that to the leadership team, clearly identifying what value customer success function is adding and what more we need to invest or add to the function to improve our metric performance. And then, yeah, that strong focus on operational rigor actually helped me naturally transition into the COO role, where I put the customer experience in the center and just connect the dots between all the other departments like sales, customer success, support, and product. Yeah.
Do you feel that, because you are leading the operation side and you've had such strong experience and customer experience and customer success, do you feel that when a structure like that exists in a company, does that makes the company a bit more customer facing than other companies where the CEO role might come from a different trajectory?
Um, I think I would like you to repeat the question, Spence.
No worries. No, so I'm saying that, a lot of companies like the chief operating officer role comes from a very operational background, right?
Mm,
But
mhm,
in your case, it's coming from a very customer facing background.
mm.
What is a positive of having somebody who's led customer experience go into leading operations, and what could be maybe a drawback from of like somebody who's from that background?
Yeah, I think that that's really a great question. So, if someone, a lot of the chief operating officer we see in the market are from either finance domain or
Mm,
they've grown from that domain and become chief operating officer, then they start looking at these other metrics that are related to customer experience. And there is a huge learning curve there. So, with customer first mindset or working closely with the customers at the front line, I think it gives a lot of like edge. It gave a lot of edge to me, and everything that I did in the operational space was designed around like how it will impact our customers and their experience. So whatever I do connects back to like how it will impact the customers. And another positive is that like as a chief operating officer, you have company goals in mind, and you really need to connect
mm,
those into the frontline activities and actions. So it helps in both ways. So you design your metrics or your team goals in a way that it contributes towards the company outcomes, and also customer experience is never neglected. So, yeah.
yeah. No, I love that. I've seen that a lot that, when somebody comes from a very traditionally customer facing role, they already have a strong pulse of the customer. And their sense of empathy is also a lot higher. So they're able
Mhm.
to pinpoint a lot of things that maybe are very easy to overlook because, other teams have different priorities, and there's nothing wrong with that. But with the customer facing role, your priority has always been get great response time to the customer, giving them what they need, closing the conversation loops, things like that. So having that as a goal across the company, I think it's really, really helpful. So you spoke about like in your journey, one of the biggest pivotal moments has been the ability to set up tools, processes. basically getting that scaling momentum going for your entire customer experience team, which could include support, success, and other functions. So, and I know that you guys have set up really robust systems at Repair Desk. So, how did you guys decide on the kind of tools that need to be used, the kind of processes that need to be come into place? What were some factors that helped you make those decisions?
Yeah. So for me, it was all about like understanding the customer journey and different stages of the customer journey and building everything around that. Um, so that involves if we so historically we had kind of a account manager model where one individual
Hmm.
was doing onboarding and post onboarding as well. So now we've split that into implementation and post implementation functions,
Hmm.
and then supported them with the tools as well. So we have playbooks defined for the entire onboarding process, playbooks for the post onboarding interactions with the customers, and the systems are backing that up by creating automations, cadences in the system, where system is actually reducing the clicks for the CSMs, and also basically reducing the time that they're spending outside of customer interactions. So how that helps is like CSMs are more focused on engaging the customers. And their responses are more consistent. They're provided with AI assistant who can help them write responses,
That's
and
awesome.
and their interaction. So think of it in a way that so right now our CSMs so they know every day what activities they need to perform, um, and before the call they can get a summary of an account state as well, which helps them. Which gives them context and plan for their interactions accordingly. After the call, they don't have to do take notes. They're automatically captured, very organized, and actionable notes are taken through a tool called TLDV, which again maps into the CRM. So where we have 360 visibility of everything that's happening with the customer, be it their support interaction, their interaction with our product, or customer success, or any other function. And then this entire visibility to the CSM enables them to basically stay on top of every movement in the customer health or their behaviors, gives them signals to reach out when needed. Um, and other than that, like in terms of frameworks, we have empowered the team members to make decisions on the fly when they're engaging with the customer. They have been given tools to offer compensations to the customers, so they don't
Hmm.
have to wait and make that quick decision when it comes to retaining a customer, or maybe driving an expansion opportunity, negotiating with the customer. So this is how we have built the systems.
Very, very interesting. I think that having that automated and that journey being streamlined is super important. Can you just tell us a little bit of like, before and after, like before you set up the system and after, like what improvements did you see in just productivity and customer, like the customer metrics that you guys track?
Um, the most importantly, the decision making has become a lot more data driven. Historically, so if you don't have a CRM, you don't have a lot of insights, and you're mostly making decisions based on maybe at the end of the month you see how much churn you have seen, but you don't have a lot of insights into why customers churn. We do a deeper churn analysis as well, which gives us a lot of insights. And then we have reports and dashboards created, which gives us very clear visibility on trends month over month, quarter over quarter, or year over year as well, which helps us make informed decisions. So that is like really a key for the leadership team. If we talk about the customer success manager or the frontline team members, so their job has become a lot more easier. Very organized. They get in. They know what they have to do. Outside of any inbound request that they receive, they know all the touch points or outreaches that they have to perform at a given day. Their cadences are defined. Some of it is automated. The rest of it is like personalized. So It supports them really well, gives them everything in one place, and helps them do what they're expected to do, which is like having meaningful conversations with the customers and driving more growth and reducing churn.
Amazing. That's awesome. So a lot of it is actually dependent on having the right CRM, right? We
Yeah.
talk about it a lot. How do you, there's so many CRMs out there right now. Some are very old in the business, some are very new. How did you guys decide what the right CRM is for you? What were some factors in the decision making?
So, I have experience in building Salesforce structures, but over the years, Salesforce has become a bit more complex, and development requires a dedicated team. Whereas Zoho, we learned that Zoho is a lot more flexible and customizable. So a lot of the modules that we have built within Zoho are I have created those myself, and then reporting and dashboard, of course, as well. So it was really customizable. It's a it's a very huge ecosystem
Mm.
that actually covers our need on the support side, on the sales side as well. We run campaigns through it, do everything almost through that one platform. That was a key reason for moving with the Zoho, because we wanted to move quick and implement really quickly as well. So we had one consultant who helped us really well. We were able to achieve the outcomes at the pace that we were expecting.
Awesome. So customizability is something that is very, very important for organizations of your scale. And then the second thing that you're mentioning is the ecosystem, being able to talk to each other and essentially being the same ecosystem is something that I think is truly valuable because then everything is kind of in one place, right? Awesome. So tell me something, you mentioned that with success, overlooking success in your current role, you have other teams that you're also overlooking, right? So I'm assuming maybe support as well. So could you tell us a little bit about all the other teams and then how do you ensure alignment across all these teams to ensure a very cohesive customer experience?
Yeah, so I'm currently overseeing HR, finance, customer success, customer support functions, and partially dive into product as well. So how I keep these together is I think our North Star helps us keep everything together, which is customer-centric, reliable, and innovative. To be the most customer-centric, reliable, and innovative solution for the customers. We design our quarterly goals around that as well. When we design those goals, having the same vision in mind. So every team knows what their contribution is towards the end goal. Role is very clearly defined how they impact the customer experience. So when that is clear, so everyone contributes to that, and then I just need to oversee and make sure that deliverables are on time, and teams are performing the right activities. The numbers are in the moving in the right direction, and that North Star actually keeps the teams together and moving in tandem with the same mindset. And then when the leadership is highly aligned, you see the impact of that and in the downstream as well. So I think that's how we keep everything together.
One North Star. That's awesome. I think that is one of the most common like answers that I'm getting from a lot of other leaders that when it comes to a business alignment, it has to be one mission, that one metric that matters or one North Star that drills down into different teams. And for that to happen, having the right KPIs across different teams are very, very important. So what are some of the
Mm.
metrics that you track for just customer experience, which would be for customer support and customer success that are actually helping you monitor how that larger metric is working for you guys?
Yeah. So if we talk about customers customer experience in particular. So we definitely look at churn and the growth, but also keep very close eyes on adoption and usage signals. We recently have set up Amplitude, which is a tool that helps us kind of like mixed panel events. So
Yeah.
it gives us visibility on customer behaviors, their usage trends. So we keep close eyes on those because we are operating globally. So we have customers across the globe. So their behaviors vary based on demographics, and also we serve different verticals and not just cell phone. So
Hmm.
when so their behavior across different verticals vary as well. So we keep close eyes on that because all of our activities, our playbooks are designed around that. Our goals are defined around that as well. So we closely see which verticals are improving, and we actually plan accordingly. So and then net revenue retention, of course, in customer success, we keep close eyes on that. Um,
Hmm.
we have different pods created within the customer success team, small pods, where 2 to 3 team members will be reporting to one pod lead. A pod lead is also an IC, partially an IC, and also a lead. So he
Hmm.
has a very small book of business of like high value customers, and he's also
Hmm.
overseeing a small team. So they have the idea behind that is there are not a lot of direct reports, so the team will always have the support that they need, and then we create goals for each pod. So whatever goals that we have set for the company, we trickle those down into those pods, and then monitor that throughout the quarter. And their commissions structures are also designed around that for the pod leads and all this, also the CSMs. We keep close eyes on that. So if we speak around like outside of customer success, run analysis on and off where we look at year-over-year growth, profitability, or
Hmm.
cost of acquisition, and also like customer acquisition cost payback is very important, which is
Yeah.
something that we are keeping close eyes on to drive more profitability, because we observe that like some of our verticals have a more stretched like CAC payback. So
Hmm.
these are some of the things we keep close eyes on.
Awesome. That's pretty amazing because you're looking at a much larger, larger stream of metrics and then funneling in all the other metrics that like around customer experience into that larger scheme of metrics. So we've been, customer success has been around for a long time. When I was in customer success, it was like the idea was not what it is today, which is account management plus looking after the revenue metrics. Back in the
Mhm.
day, it felt more like being a white glove support, and there was we were basically like the person that is the account manager that customers turn up to when support is not responding, there was that proactivity aspect was not the main thing. But as things have progressed, there is proactivity in terms of how do you maintain that relationship with the customer, how do you increase your expansion with them, or make sure that they do not churn, all of these things. So, since you've been in this industry for a very long time, which is customer success, how do you think things have changed globally, and what do you foresee? How do you foresee this field to evolve?
Yeah, with the evolution of AI, I think a lot more support has been given to the customer success. I'm really happy to see how things have evolved in customer success as well. Um, you every few days after you find a new tool designed
Yeah.
to support customer interactions. How that helps is when we talk about customer success function. Um, so historically, a lot of the interactions that the CSMs were having were designed based on like their manual research. So they had to spend a lot of time researching an account where data is like not in one place, in multiple places.
Hmm.
They look at that and prepare for a call. And then a lot of times customers don't answer, so they stay in that cycle. if they close that call, they have to record that interaction, put in a lot of details if they have to save those for their future interactions. So today, some of the things that we are also doing, and I believe every customer success function should do in a year for now, maybe, is your team members, with the growth in future, you will see customer success managers focusing solely on their interactions, so on their phone calls, adding value there,
Hmm.
and not spending a lot of time outside of that. So you will have tools that will support everything else, and you will be needed for just those meaningful interactions, hitting the nail at the right moment, reading the signals well, engaging with the customers when needed. So everything else will be so even in today's world. So our CSMs, when they join, they know what their outreaches are, and they open, let's say, one account. They click on one button that gives them a summary of the entire account. So they have everything in one page, and then they call the customer, engage with them. After the call, their transcriptions are recorded. Actionable feedback is recorded as well for their future interactions. So they are mostly spending time on those interactions. Uh, what's customer success managers need to really step up on is improving their communication skills, improving their emotional intelligence, understanding the customers, their needs, reading the customer sentiment on those calls, and deciding when is the right time to reach out to the customer for maybe an upsell, or if the customer has requested to cancel, you should know what you will be able to know what those signals were that resulted in
Hmm.
that cancellation request. So they'll be more equipped, with a lot more context. They'll be able to engage with the customer. So it will help there, and then definitely it will improve the overall framework, and the leadership will be more equipped to design strategies around improving the tool set that you have for the customer success team. So I think, yeah, with the customer success teams in the front row, they always have visibility on things. So it will always keep on evolving the tool set that is provided to them. So yeah.
That's true. I can't even imagine the things that we can do today with the way we look at data, with the signals that we're getting, and how manual it was back in the day.
Mm.
The kind of information that is available to us, that what AI is doing for us, I think it's truly phenomenal, and it gives the customer success team members, customer support even, that bandwidth to actually work on that in the part that AI cannot do, which is the interpersonal skills, is the relationship building
Mhm.
side. It is identifying things that that only you as a success person knowing your product can understand. AI might not be able to get that today. So final question. What advice would you give to somebody who is in customer success and would like to follow the same path that you've had, and build that trajectory for their career?
Okay. So I've always been a keen observer. So I look at things in depth. So be it reading the customer, understanding their needs, or understanding the systems, and defining strategies. So always have depth in whatever you do. And then so I think the key is understanding the customer, understanding the data, the systems, and the business. Bring them all together, and derive solutions that are not like um, customer specific, but that which impacts thousands of customers. Um, Create
Hmm.
scalable impact on a company wide level, and I think what has been a key for me is my expertise in like building the systems. No one taught me how to do that. So there are a lot of things that you have to learn yourself to create a lot of value in your role for the company. Which was like building custom modules in Salesforce, automations, reportings, and a lot of the leaders today I see, they don't dive into the system. They just
Hmm.
look at the reports or the data from a viewer standpoint, where they just absorb the data that is visible to them in the reports already created. They don't they don't understand how it is connected to the actual database, and what is the system capable of. So understanding the capability of the system is very important. That gives you a lot of edge into like thinking about like what the needs are. You can envision what kind of reports or automations can help you drive certain behaviors or results.
Hmm.
So it's very important to understand the systems and also be very aware of the market, what other companies are doing, what tools other customer success functions are using to stay connected to maybe look at podcasts, or if there are any community events happening around you, which are not a lot in Pakistan, but if you find one, make sure you are
Yeah.
part of that. So when you learn about a new tool, maybe there's a solution that's a lot better than what you currently have, and you're not aware of it. So it's awareness is very important in your space as well. I think those are some of the things that helps you. And then have be really patient, do the good things, do the right things, and be patient, and you'll get rewarded.
Yeah, I think all of it comes down to curiosity, right? You're curious and you are thinking that, okay, there must be a solution that is out there that can help this problem or make this more scalable or take out this part and automate it. And when you have that kind of curiosity and that spark, you are automatically a systems builder. And even as a leader, if you keep taking it forward, you will automatically want to go in the system and look at, okay, is if there's another kind of perspective I can take out from these data points. So I think that truly is the making of, like, a good leader and somebody who is coming from that scalable, curious mindset. Awesome. This has
Yeah.
been so insightful. Thank you so much for your time. We don't talk about this enough, like was telling you at the beginning, that so many of these conversations are just locked in experience of people that we're trying to bring forward in
Mm.
1CX and not
Yep.
really out there for other people to learn. So hoping that this conversation is going to be truly insightful to our listeners, and especially those in customer success teams, seeing how you have made you have progressed in your career. I'm hoping that others will also be able to do that. Thank you so much,
So,
Fahad.
thank you so much, Maya. Thanks for having me.